Here is Barkley, left side, big hole, Saquon Barkley! Uh-oh! Barkley! Goodbye! Dunk it in. Doncic, 47!
I'll give him a dunk. On a night you had 47 points, you get the benefit of the doubt.
Moss the back, Karras the snap, Moss the block. Burrow going deep, he's got him! Touchdown! Ja'Marr Chase!
LeBron leaked out, they didn't see him. Here he is down court. It's up and in! Will it count? LeBron James at the buzzer! 23-yard completion. Here goes Taylor. With Pierce in front. Touchdown, Colts.
Curry gets free. Curry puts up a three.
Bang! Bang! He ties the game with 6.3 remaining.
Mahomes flushed out again all the way back. Turning the corner. Fires downfield. Caught. Touchdown.
Timeout. SGA. Probing. Piercing. Spinning. Hanging for the lead. And SGA knocks it down with just under a second to go. Oh, hit, throw. Oh, come on. Justin Jefferson. You got to be kidding. Makes it look so routine. Greatest catch that never existed in NFL history.
Edwards puts up a three. It's good! Anthony Edwards once again. Edwards electricity here in game 4.
Here's a first and goal. And he's signaling as he backpedals to the 30.
Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Baltimore. Is it Francis? Giannis! Back the other way, Trent. Giannis inside! At both ends!
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Matty Ice here with Profit Props. This is the sharp side. Appreciate y'all. As always, we will recap yesterday. First, 3 and 4 day overall. My biggest regret is betting early on the Phoenix game. If I wait on the Devin Booker news, I only bet Gillespie's under assists. So yeah, I have regrets there. I missed Shea over 30.5. He finished with 28. We cashed on Chet over 17.5. I think he had 24. LeBron over 6.5 assists cashed. He had 8. Gillespie over threes missed, over assists. Over threes missed, under assists cashed. Luka missed. He finished with 48, and then Ayton missed. He had 11 in the first half and finished with 11. I mean, that's just disgusting. What's up, y'all? Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Chef, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. Props.cash. As always, appreciate y'all for tapping in. If you are not already a member of Props.cash, use code PP25 to get 25% off your first month using Props.cash. All right, I do have one play out officially for today. Let's get it up. Oh, wrong button. No, not that. Here we go. It is Kevin Porter Jr. over 2.5 3-pointers made. And then I also laddered him up. Laddered him up to 5 3-pointers made. I went a half a unit on the 4 and a third of a unit on a 5. So I have 2 units total risked here on Kevin Porter Jr. over his threes. I'm here right now. We'll talk about it. I love this spot. This reminds me of Malik Beasley yesterday. Absolutely love it. 9 3-point attempts in his last game, 8 3-point attempts the game before. The Philly game does concern me because the volume should have been there as well versus that defensive, matchup or scheme. But if you look at his last 5, Washington, terrible. They played that big drop. Detroit, bang, bang, drop. Philly, that drop, it should have been there for Philly too. I have no excuses for that game. But looking at the other games, really excited from what I'm seeing here from Kevin Porter Jr. I went back and watched some Boston film this morning. Cueto plays a huge drop. Now, I will say Jordan Walsh is good in the pick and roll. He'll either hedge so hard it looks like a double, but he will recover back to his man, or he'll just play high enough that while the guard fights over. Now, that does bode well for the roll man. So Miles Turner, I think, also looks good, more so points than threes in this game. And I'm not mad at moving. I like Kevin Porter over everywhere. You could go PAs. I've got him 24.56 on his points, 24.46, my apologies, on his points. On his assists, I come in at 6.71. So showing still some edge to the market, not as much as the points. But if you wanted to pivot to PA, There are still some 27.5 PAs out there, and I still find a lot of value in that. I think we're going to get a high usage percentage. I will say in the line specifically, Ryan Rollins did have a much higher usage percentage. In the 4 previous without Giannis, they were pretty close. Keep in mind, Kevin Porter Jr. was the starting point guard coming into the season. We bet Kevin Porter Jr. over 1.5 threes. He cashes 2 in the first quarter, then rolls his ankle, doesn't play for a month. Came back. When his minutes get back to where they're supposed to be, it's like he never skipped a beat. I do think we're laying 2.5 here because the books know how Boston plays defense. But let's go look at this. I found this very interesting this morning, a feature on Props.cash here. Last 10 games, hit rates versus point guards. This is 3-pointers made, 81%. They're not going to be the first team to expose the drop. I will say some of these are not even great shooters. Demon, Jones, Black. Now, Cade can shoot the ball. Dante can shoot the ball. I'm not taking anything away from them. Garland can shoot the ball quite well. McCollum, pick your day of the week. He's either a dead eye or a dud. So, I mean, he must have been a dead eye that day. Gabe Vincent, I'm a Lakers fan. I mean, I'm not going to call him a sniper. So, and then if we go over here and look at the attempts is the exact same story. Gabe Vincent 8, McCollum 8, Brunson 8, Garland 9, Dante 9, Demon 9. A lot of attempts from these guards as well. What I will say, I'm more so looking at the result than the line here, because the lines that get hung are only, and they're not really that efficient. I will give you that argument, but I'm looking at the results, not necessarily the line. And the results are telling me point guards are chucking. Whether you consider KPJ or Rollins the one, maybe Rollins a little bit more, they're kind of like a co-1. Whoever gets the ball can bring the ball up the court. Hit rate doesn't look as good versus 2 guards, but again, I think these 2 are more so interchangeable. You've also got some guards in here who cannot shoot. Bane, I have no excuses for, but I bet the volume was okay. If he even had a line. I'm not even seeing a lineup. So, yeah, really like Kevin Porter Jr. over his 3-pointers made in this game. Projected him at 4.01 with the usage adjustment. 4.01, which we took. Basically, the reason we're playing 5+ with a projection of 4, I think that line should be like 2-1. They're giving us 5.25. So went all the way up to 5. Definitely, I mean, I haven't really been through the whole slate, but I woke up, saw that line, and was instantly in love with it. Now let's talk about Miles Turner, because I do actually think Miles Turner's in a pretty decent spot here as well. Without Giannis, he's over in 75% of games this season. Averaging 16.4. I will say Kevin Porter Jr. missed a lot of these games, and you're going to ask you or say to yourself, like, hey, Prophet, he's a point guard, shooting guard. Why does that matter? Well, it's going to take up some of the shot attempts, right? Kevin Porter Jr. is a chuck. That's why we bet him. Celtics 21st in 3-point defense. Exactly. So not bad, not good. They're bottom middle of the pack. Q from Cincy, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. Justo, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. I'll get everybody shout outs out after this. Let's go to the projections. 15. I'm at 15. You almost got to run it. Did they play this season? I want to say they played maybe even twice. I would be a liar. They have not played this season. Okay, I would be a liar. They probably played Cincinnati, and my brain's all fucked up. My model's all over this, and then I think about like the Queta matchup. Even if like, and also I don't want to sound like I'm just shitting on Queta here. Jericho Sims is also atrocious, just awful in the pick and roll. I'm being so serious right now. Who is the Celtics? Yo, appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. Yeah, but Minot is not a big dude. Yeah, 6'8" center in the league. I guess he's running the backup 5 minutes. What do we think about Miles Turner? I'm going to leave it as a lean for now. Lean over points. Let me talk about threes, rebounds, assists, all that shit. Rebounds over. No, I'm sorry. Threes over, rebounds under, assists over. Let's talk about that rebounds under, and let's look at it without Giannis. This is like a 10-point spread, pushing 9 or 10. So the minutes aren't guaranteed. I would say if he runs, yeah, I know Cueto was the center. I was thinking at a backup. I didn't know if it was Garza running more minutes or Minot. Looks like it's Minot though, for sure. Okay, so I'm going to stay off of Miles Turner. I do lean over points and I do lean under rebounds, but I will stay off of Miles Turner here. Cueto. Points over, lines 10.5. Rebounds, I'm slightly over on each of these. Like enough that I could play it if I wanted to. Huge minutes last game. Huge minutes last game. I would say minutes are hard for me to spot, but I lean over PRs. I'm not so confident in the read, and I don't need to force, but I do lean over Cueto's PRs. I do lean over. Jericho Sims, I talked about him being really bad in the pick and roll. Outside of that, I have no real thoughts. Let's see what my lines are. 7.69 rebounds. I do lean over that rebound number. Odds. Couple 6.5 super juice, couple 7.5 plus money. Yeah, no, I'm cool off of this. So appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Jordan Walsh PR is interesting. You know, defensively, I like what I see out of him. Defensively, I've liked what I've seen out of him, especially in the film I watched this morning. Rebounds, an okay edge to the over. Points, an okay edge to the over. And thank you for bringing this back to me because I had actually forgot about this, Dietrich Thomas. I had actually forgot about how bad Jordan Walsh had sold on me the last time I had bet on him. I had forgot about it, and then you brought it back into my memory. Hold on, let's talk about it. We'll see it. This game. This is the last time I bet on Jordan Walsh. I remember. Oh, do I remember? And you know what else I remember? He's banned. He's banned. I've got no opinions on him. I'll tell you what my model says, and I'll tell you I'm not betting on him. Model says points over, rebounds over. Points are very high over. Guess what I will not be doing today? Betting on this man. I'm not going to bet on him. I will say what I saw from him defensively, I was impressed with on the film. I will. What's good, man? Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Let me get my shout outs out too. So yeah, let me just say that. Defensively, fan. Offensively, not. That's what I got for you. That's what I got for you. Damn, X is bugging. If y'all are having any issues on X, YouTube link is down below. Sosa, Q from Cincy, Justo, trying to raw FanDuel, Ross. Might be a newbie here. Parlay Juice, M. Knight, and Desmond D. I appreciate all y'all for tapping in. Appreciate all the likes, all the retweets. I can tell the show is growing. Appreciate all the comments as well. Definitely gives me something to go back and forth with. All right, Jordan Walsh, I'm cool off of, for real, banned, like for real. Peyton Pritchard, interesting. Like I said, Jericho Sims drop. Also, what are they versus Spot Up? '20th. Let's go to the Props.Cash mobile and see some Redemption. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate the like and the retweet. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Chalk, appreciate you tapping in, and Bet527. I appreciate all the engagement here. Let me go look at some last 10, last 20 data. We'll get a better idea the longer Giannis is out consecutively of what the defense looks without. But let's just try to do this quick and dirty. Okay, last 5 first season. Again, there's not much data to go off. Doesn't seem to be much drop off here. We got 20th versus spot up, as I said, 24th from above the break. What about Sam Hauser's three? Sam Hauser's probably a good look. Justo, appreciate you on YouTube as well. I got you. The Bucks are 29 in rebounds. Wall sold on me versus the Nets is okay. Yeah, yeah. That shit sucked, dog. Hold on. My apologies, fellas. My apologies. Peyton Pritchard, let's talk about the projections. 17-2 on the points. 16.5 at MGM, lean over. Everyone is 16.5. Juice varies. Lean under the threes. I'm at 2.91. Rebounds, assists. I lean over the assists. That's probably the most intriguing one. Bucks are 19th in assists allowed. Let me just confirm they didn't play. And, yeah, no, they didn't. Do lean under the threes, but the price is crazy. And also, they play that drop, so if he gets a lot of pick and roll ball handling options, I know he's like third fiddle, but still. Now, I'm cool off of Peyton Pritchard. Ryan Rollins is the other one, like on the other side of Kevin Porter Jr. that I do think has a decent volume spot. In his last matchup versus Detroit, 7 minutes, similar to less, but similar to KPJ. We're getting a better number. I don't love it. I kind of like it. Do I like points better? Not really. Lean over Ryan Rollins threes, but not enough for me to really get to it. Just a little over. Kuzma's points might be a little low. Let's talk about his field goal attempts. $16 versus Detroit. He still had 13 points, 16 minutes. 11, 12, 12. Go here. I don't even know if starting Jericho Sims over Kuzma is the right call today. I like this spot for Kuzma. I will say a lot of blowout risk in this game. A lot of blowout risk in this game. In the losses without Giannis with 10, when they lost by 10 or more, though, he's over in each. I guess my edge isn't that much. I would make it 13. So I'm cool off of this for now, but I do lean over, absolutely lean over Kyle Kuzma's points. Bobby Portis definitely hasn't looked the same this year without Giannis as last year without Giannis. Numbers aren't a lot worse, though. 18.1 over an 8 of 11 last year, 15.4. So considerably different, I guess. Over in 4 of the 5 losses of 10 plus, though. Usage is good here. Now, how many of these are with Kevin Porter Jr.? Because as I said, he definitely takes away field goal attempts. This is interesting. Whether you play this over 6.5 or under 7.5, it's juicy either way. Bobby Portis, under his rebounds. Yeah, I don't have him starting as well. I think both of those are better options today, though. I think I want to expose Queta. 14.94 on Bobby with 2.43 threes made. So I do lean over there. It's not huge, but it's definitely not a small bet. That's right. I got to go here. Brown, 7.12 on the board. So I'm honestly right in between that number. The points is where I think Bobby Portis is worth a look. Now he's probably playing 20 to 24 minutes. I'll give you that. But in those 20 to 24 minutes, I have him scoring about 14. I do lean over Bobby's points. What was the request here? Ryan Rollins over 4.5 rebounds. Boston's 12th in rebounds allowed. Let's go look versus guards. Okay, 13th, 7th versus point guards. I come in at 4.93. So, yes, I do lean over. I hate these bets. The hit rate looks incredible. And then you look at it and it's like, oh, they won by the hook in 9 straight bets. Maybe they're due a miss. I will say I'd rather a player be super consistent than super sporadic, but it's like 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, and a 7. I would lean over here. There's an 07 at DK, an 05 at MGM, a 110 at Caesars. Absolutely would lean over here. Let's zoom out a little bit. Look at the last 10 and look at his attempts. Why 4 and 4? The team just did not rebound well versus Brooklyn as a whole. Washington, that's concerning. Detroit, not necessarily concerning, especially when you bounce back here. Point guard and shooting guard numbers look pretty bad versus Boston last 10. Seems like they've kind of evened out over the course of the season, though, yeah. I don't know about this. My first lean is absolutely over. My model says over 2, but I'm at 4.9, so it's not like – no, I'm not at 5.5 saying nuke this. I'm at 4.93 saying maybe that should be priced at minus 130, 140, and we can lay in 07. I like it. But I'll come back to it. I like it, but I'll come back to it. Otherwise, no opinions on Ryan Rollins. We went through that. Sam Hauser's threes was a request. And you got to play the 2.5, which... Is it a good price at plus money? Probably. Yeah, but there's nothing telling me I have to play Sam Hauser today. I'm good there. Derek White, PRAs would be an interesting look, over or under. Derek White, points, over edge looks good. Rebounds edge looks good. Assist edge looks great. Now, What's his minutes differential and wins of 10 plus and 34? Oh, they need to get that fixed. 12-5, 29, 12-4, 29 for 18th. 32. I don't think they're losing this game by 10 plus. Damn. I like his threes over a lot. I like his threes over. I like his points over. I like his assists over. And I'm normally a Derek White hater. I mean, not necessarily that I'm a hater, but I've bet his under way more in my lifetime than I've bet his over. And it's been pretty good to me. I will say I have cashed a threes ladder in the past. I think it was just last year. I think we got out in front of JB and Tatum rest news, and we took them up to, like 8. I could probably find that game. It was one of these 3. I want to say, yeah, he had 9 and we went up to like 5. I can remember this. Is this a similar scenario? This is the 2.5 alt line, to be clear. Damn, I like Derek White's threes a lot. It's a plus money prop. Only have to risk a unit. I want to say they're number 1 in 3-pointers attempted by a mile. And then what is Milwaukee in 3-point attempts allowed? 18th. We about to run our second official play. Derek White over his threes. Volume's been really good the last couple of games. I think we see good volume tonight. Like I said, Jericho Sims is trash. You know, he's competing with Jaylen Brown, though, for attempts. Do I really like this? Because Jaylen Brown's going to come off of that pick and roll more. 29% of his points are from pick and roll ball handler. Interesting. I'm shopping this right now. I think I'm going. I do believe I'm going. One second here. Let me shop this line. I'm probably going to be on this. Derek White has ruined my day every time I bet on him. I feel it. That's CJ McCollum for me. I have those players, man. CJ McCollum been that way for me. LB, I appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. Appreciate all y'all for real. Go run up that Kevin Porter Jr. too. I appreciate all the engagement there. Appreciate all the engagement there. My apologies. I'm waiting for my odd screen to load. We're good now. Derek White, 3-pointers made. 110 FanDuel, quick and easy. 118 DK. No Vig's got 125, which I still got to reset my password there. I'm bugging out on that. Curry had 4. Schroeder had 3. Lonzo 2. Cunningham 3, McCollum 4. What the attempts like? He's really a 2-guard too. I don't know why I'm looking at that. LeVert 3, Ivy 3, Edgecombe 2, Grimes 6. It's a whole lot of green. I'm going to run it at DK. 3.5, 118, 1 unit. I'm going. Listen, there's some blowout concern here. Over and back-to-back wins at 10 plus. There is some blowout concern here. I will give you that. That's about my only concern. Celtics, 3s, 4 plus, same price. Got it. Let me get that in the banner, get that out to the cord. Second bet, Derek White over, 3-pointers made. Sort of, kind of don't hate going up to 5 there, laddering it one more spot, but I'm not yet. Probably going to be my last bet in this game. I do want to talk about Simons, but I just can't trust him. I think it's a great spot for him if his minutes coincide with Sims. But his minutes do worry me. I was literally just starting to talk about Simons. All right, good to go. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, we can talk about Simons real quick, and then AJ Green's questionable. That'd be my only other look. This is like my concern. 16, 17, 12, 11, 15. Sometimes Joe Mazzulla just decides it's not Anthony Simons' time to play. Seems like also if he gets off to a slow start, I want to bet this. I think his points, this is like a true ladder spot. Like he really could go for 20, 22, 25 tonight. He could easily have 5 threes. He could also go for 2, 3 and 1, 3, 5, something like that. So I want to bet Anthony Simons. I can't spot his minutes. That's where we're up 40 units on the season. The reason we're up 40 units is I'm either spotting minutes well, usage well, volume well, something like that. I cannot do that here with Simons. So I got to stay off. Nothing for me on Anthony Simons. I know we've had a lot of luck betting on him this season versus obvious drop covered spots. But if you look outside of Jericho Sims, they're actually not that bad. They're not that bad. I won't say they're good. They're not that bad. Now, there's definitely spots. Turner's not good. Definitely not good. Sims is bad. Turner's not good. How many minutes is Simons playing next to those versus like Kuzma at the 4, who's, again, not good, but is quick enough to play a little farther up the line. So I don't have the right read on Simons today. I would lean over. I don't have the right read. Okay, I will say all of these games but this one. No, this one's even 9.5. Okay, so the Portland 1.5. This one is a 9.5 point spread. I thought it was closer to like 7. Maybe it moved and maybe I was just wrong. So Houston is a 9.5 point favorite. Oh, Klingon was announced out officially, I believe. That's the Portland game, Matty Ice. Portland, New Orleans. I do believe he was announced out, though. Clippers, Houston. There's no real injury news, right? Eason been out. Okay. Jones been out. Okay. Yeah, no real new injury news here. Let's talk about my numbers on Alperen and Houston, I have at the bottom here for some reason. 24.7 points. 21.5 is the line. 26.5. What's his usage with KD? I think he missed like 2 games. It's not a big deal. It was actually slightly up. Not seeing any drop in usage. Let's talk about interior defense. It's a difficult matchup. Have they played this season? Zubox is like the best, worst matchup for him. Let's look around a little bit. I have some interest in Sengun unders. 9.5 painted basically on the under. I'd be more interested in a 9.5. PRs, we do have a 30.5 painted number. I guess no vig is 31. Assists, I'm not near as intrigued with. I think his assists could look good in this one. I do lean under Sengun rebounds. The model likes the over on Sengun's points, but I don't like the matchup. So I'm going to stay off everything Sengun. If 9.5 rebounds were available for a good price, I'd run it. Outside of that, nothing. Let's talk about Zoo. Definitely not a cupcake matchup for him either. It's literally number 4 and 5 versus post up in the league. We've got Kawhi. We've got Harden. Nine out of 14 this season. I don't think we see sub 30. It's almost 100% hit rate. Difficult matchup, though. I mean, still looks good. Model likes rebounds a lot better. What's the double-double price? Zoo double-double minus 115 at FanDuel. Is that real? Look at these two matchups he didn't go over, though. Memphis. Now, what were his minutes in the Memphis games? 34. Now, you taking up Zach Edey. Sengun, Edey, are they comparable? Like, they're both big bodies. Sengun's obviously does a lot more. He's not 7'5", but it's a difficult matchup. I don't think they're going double big here. I don't have that in my starting lineup. No, I don't. So, actually, I just talked myself off of Zoo, though. No overs, no unders. I'm cool. I'm chilling. Let's talk about Harden. Let's talk about number 7 in isolation, but they struggle from above the break. We've got Harden in here now. I'm sorry, we've got Kawhi. Also, can we talk about an assist? I might have somewhat of an interest. If you're on the site, I wouldn't run the points over. Houston second in points allowed. In my heart, I'm actually thinking PA under. Sounds crazy, looks crazy. What's the best assist price on the 8.5? I've made this statement this year. If a minus 150 should be priced at minus 200, it's still a good still a good bet. I'm running the 8.5 minus 143 at Rivers. It's not a sexy play. I'm only risking 1 unit as well. 1 unit returns. I think it's around $70, 70.7 units. $70 per hundo. James Harden. Rebounds. Harden, under. Bam, bam. No, I'm sorry. Under assists. I almost just ran that. But low key, do I like the RAs before I move? Okay, I don't really like the rebounds as much. I think 4.5 is about right. Okay, yeah. Assists under 8.5. Yep, it's there. 1 unit returns exactly 0.7. Damn, I'm good. It's like I've been doing this shit for a while. One second should be, I make it minus 220, play to minus 155, 160. I mean, honestly, the fair is, you're good to minus 175. I'll say to 150 though. People don't want to see anything over that. Just rounds. Honestly, if you don't have there's a couple 8.5s out there. If you don't have an 8.5, I'd probably just go RAs, but you should be able. I mean, I know some of y'all might only have like 1 book in your state, so I hate to say it like that, but if you have multiple books in your state, you should have a little bit of change. Whatever you think your bankroll is, divvy it up and move between those. The top 5, 6, 7, 8 books. All right, I ran James Harden under the assists. That's all I'm going to have on Harden. I don't like this matchup for Reed Sheppard. If anything, I don't like the RAs, but the 3s, it's juicy. What do we think about a little bit of the 3s, though, here? Is there anything better than that? Not really, damn. He can get us 1, 2, right? The 2.5 is just such a bad price. Or 1.5. I like him to have 2 3s tonight, but that price is crazy. 3. It's coming off the bench now. I'm gonna stay off of Reed Sheppard. The more I thought about it, though, I don't hate like above the break stuff for him. Minutes are going to be light, though. If anything, I'd lean his 3s, and the 3s is such a bad price. Lean RA under as well. Lean a little RA under. Don't know if I like it as much in practice as I do in the model. Keep in mind his minutes are light, though. You can't look at this and be like, how would you think that? Oh, I went the wrong way. This is how I could think that. All right, moving on from Reed. Nothing official. Kawhi is interesting. Model tells me to run the over. Let's talk about Kawhi a little more. Let me go to the mobile app. Let me get all my tools up here. I need to know all I can know. Is 22.5 a hair too high? I mean, I make it 25. I really like this over. What about RAs? And this is a difficult RA matchup. I will be true about that. And I don't want to get cute because yesterday, if I just ran Luka's points, we soared. Now, I did have an edge on the RAs too, so it's whatever. But I don't want to get cute with the PRAs and he soars his points. Difficult rebounding matchup. I don't look at that and think it's a layup. What do I think about his threes? I didn't even look, I don't think. 3-pointers made. I see no edge. Okay. Kawhi's points is the interesting one to me here. Did I add Harden? I did add Harden. Jabari Smith RAs, we'll look at it. Aaron Holiday, 7.5. I'll look at it. Is it a taco? Is that what you're trying to say? Is that a Prize Picks taco? Kawhi, dog. Am I running this? I want to run the over. I will stay off of this for now, but depending on what parlays we have, if you wanted to reduce risk and just, bank on your read being right, I like Kawhi 25 plus in a lay. I'm a big fan of Kawhi 25 plus in a parlay. All right, let's move on from Kawhi. I do lean over the assists as well, like the RAs. I do lean over. I just think it's a difficult. My preference there is points. And while I'm not betting it yet, very easily I could watch the market move today and decide, you know what, let's get on this over. So right now, nothing, but I'm not promising there's nothing the rest of the day. KD, right? I'm right with market. I'm at 25.78. So when you account for juice, I'm really right with market. Assists, I'm well over on. I don't know what the Clippers are in assists allowed per game. I don't know if his potentials have kind of skyrocketed. 6'9" versus 7'2". No, they're steady. We'll go to my site. Assists allowed. 16th, that's what I have. What's props.cash have? Defensive analysis. 16, yeah. I feel like I have to go watch a little bit of the recent film to see what this spike is about. Holiday from Houston, he's been balling slightly and he leans on his points. Has he been eating up he's been eating up the Reed Shepherd minutes. Definitely lean over Aaron Holiday's threes. Definitely lean over the threes. So if he hits 2 threes, you need one more basket to get it. The most points in the league from above the break. Yeah, I think this is a good look. I like Aaron Holiday over his threes. Is he blowout proof? $26.8 in a blowout. Aaron Holiday, I like the threes a little more than the points, but I'm not mad at either. I could get behind either. I'm going to go back and watch a little bit of Rockets film after this stream to get a better idea if there's anything else I want to attack. I'll leave you right now with the Kawhi over, but I'm going to go watch a decent bit of the Rockets' last 2 games, try to get a better idea on how I want to attack them. Let's move on to Portland versus New Orleans. I think we've got Clingan out. Robert Williams is still a game-time decision. Drew is still out. Both teams are pretty beat up. Jordan Poole could return today. This is the closest spread we have at 4.5. This game kind of reminds me of I think it was Brooklyn versus Portland, actually. I spoke on it just a couple days ago. I told you the spread was like 1 or 2 points. But I felt like while the spread was fair in the sense that it was basically a toss-up, I felt like one of those 2 teams were going to win by 20. It's exactly what happened. I'm getting a similar vibe here tonight where it's anybody's game, but the winning team's probably going to run the other one out of the gym. Obviously, everybody's going to want to talk about Derek Queen today. He's coming off of the triple-double. I don't think Jordan Poole, if he is back, is going to take so much away. But then you think of the usage. Like when Poole plays, he's going to be a high-usage player. And Derek Queen's usage has been rather spotty. Now he gets a Portland team that is 16th in assists, 18th in rebounds. Nothing special. PRA line is just a little too high for me to bite, I think. 26.86. Do I see a little value to the under? I lean way over the assists. PR, I'm under. Maybe if Robert Williams goes, I'll attack that. Otherwise, not interested. Assists, I absolutely lean over. Let's go look at centers versus Portland. I know a lot of centers don't get a lot of assists, but if they're over their line. Landau, Edey, Stewart, Mobley, Podol. Draymond had 7. Trying to think of 9 from Sengun. Queen had 4 in the last matchup. What were his minutes like? 37 minutes in that last game. That's a really good sample, or that's a really good outing from him. 26 points in that last game. So Derek Queen was getting to the bucket. I do remember looking at this morning. He had 18 field goal attempts or something. Yeah, 18 field goal attempts. I remember. Also leaned over Denny Avdia this morning, now that I'm getting into this a little more. Jeremy Grant, no Klingon rebounds makes sense to me. It's funny to me, he had more assists in the lower usage games where he these are like outliers, 5 for 6 on the potentials, unless he was setting his guys up for great looks. I think Derek Queen is in a very intriguing position today. I would lean over his assists. I think everybody will be on it, but I would lean over his assists. Let's go here. $125 at FanDuel. I mean, 4.5 is widely available. I lean over Derek Queen assists. Nothing official. Robert Williams, questionable. No opinions, especially because I don't know what his minutes will be or anything. So clinging out, nothing there. I don't want to touch these guards right now because let's get some Poole news before I touch Fears or Alvarado props. How many games we've got? Over in 2 of 3. Minutes were really tight around 32. Now, props.cash. Why will it work for the without but not the with? Or maybe that is with the with. That's me tripping. I'm at 4.98. I do lean over. Do I love it? Not enough. Yeah, the 110 at FanDuel looks really good. Lean over Jimmy Grant's rebounds. It's just not quite enough for me. Probably 4+ in a lay would be a great look. If Kamara's minutes are there tonight, I probably like that. 1 second here. I knew we were right at about an hour. About time for the ad read. I don't actually have one, but we will in the future. I think 13.5 is the right line for Kamara's points. I actually think the RAs are pretty damn close as well. Lean under points over RAs. More rebounds is the closest thing I have to something I actually want to bet. Yeah, Kamara's rebounds is really close. Right here. Kamara rebounds 5.5. 129 at Rivers, 132 at FanDuel. I mean, what is this? I know it looks really good. I think it'll make a big impact. Last 10 looks great. This was short minutes. Rebounds allowed. New Orleans is 20. Oh, that's assists. 19th in rebounds. Defensive analysis. Yes. No Zion right now. Trey Murphy. Definitely lean Kamara's overs. Rebounds. I lean under his points to be clear, but I'm at 12.18, so it's not a huge lean to the under. Yeah, I lean over Kamara's boards. Lean over Kamara's boards. That's about all I have for you. Trey Murphy, I actually think his threes could be in a better spot if Poole plays. So I'm going to wait on the Jordan Poole news. I might have some Portland props after that. Kamara played incredibly well in the last – no. Denny Advia played really well in the last matchup. 32 points. Didn't rebound for shit. Okay, RAs were really low. 32 points, though. I want to say he was also right at about 15 or 18 field goal attempts. 18 field goal attempts in that last one. 4 for 8 from 3. Keep in mind, we had a lot of Derek Queen minutes in that game. Got to get back to work. Yeah, I know a lot of people fill in that 12 to 1 o'clock slot. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Quick thoughts on Valanciunas points. I don't even think, let me give me I'm at 3s, I was going to say. So we have no Levine. We've got no Sabonis. And then possibly no Schroeder. Do I have him starting? No, he's coming off the bench. Real quick, Valanciunas, 8.47. 4.36 on the boards. Really small lean under. Really small lean under. Really small lean under. And if I had to bet it, I'd go PRs. That's about all I got for Valdo. It's about all I got for Valdo. All right, back to the Pelicans. And if y'all have any requests, make sure you throw them in the chart there. Chat. My bad. Yeah, I lean over Denny's points. I think the volume's going to be there. I don't know if Jeremy Grant actually played that last game. Jeremy Grant was in there. Denny still had great volume. Denny's points is a lean over. I like Denny's points. And Shaden Sharp, he's a chuck. I'll give you that. He had 35 in that last game. We should get a competitive one. Let's go at least 28, 29 minutes here. Over in 5 of 8 this season. They struggle versus main play types. I want to know more about if Schroeder's playing before I bet on Monk. I want to know more about Schroeder before I bet on Monk. Lean over, but nothing official. Just lean over Shaden Sharp's points. Yeah, just lean. Let's move on to the last game, which is an awful game. Denver versus Sacramento. I mean, it's a 10-point spread. Schroeder is doubtful. Okay, good looking out prop. If you're not already, make sure y'all following my boy Fast Money Prop. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate you tapping in. No Monk. I'm sorry, no Schroeder. I would actually be cautious on any Monk unders. That's why we're getting such a high line. We're probably going to see him in the 27-8 minute roll. And if we look last year, now we can condense this down to like season highs, probably mid to high 30s. Okay, yeah. See, with if we're getting this Malik Monk, I don't like it. I think there's a really small sample size of the minutes we see out of Monk today. I think it'd be really hard to bet on Monk today. West will look at it, but Westbrook under 17.5. I have not looked at it yet. I will approach this as Schroeder is doubtful, though. And then Twitter, let me get my shout outs out. I got a lot of people coming through. Fast Money Prop, appreciate the like and the retweet. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Mom Who Bets, appreciate you tapping in. Brody, I'm going to mess your name up, but Cowden, I appreciate you tapping in as well. Appreciate all the likes. Appreciate all the retweets. Let me make sure there's no NBA underdog news. Deuce McBride out a week. That's all I've got. All right, we're caught up. A lot of Westbrook requests. Let's get into Westbrook off the rip. 17.5. No Levine, no Schroeder, which hasn't happened this year. Usage percentage, I'm assuming, is going to be pretty high going up against Denver, who I think he did pretty well in his last matchup, 21. I think he had a trip or a dub-dub. Dub-dubs, a couple short of the triple-double. I don't know that I'm fading Westbrook today. I think today's one of those days where they just kind of let him loose. So you do have the backup in your corner, the blowout. Look, they've lost very many games by 10 or more. He's only gone over this in 3 of those games. So I think you're baking in a blowout if you want to bet, but I think they do lose this game by 10 or more. Let's just go no Schroeder. I know there's been a handful of those this year. That's no Sabonis. Look, if you were forcing me to place a bet on Russell Westbrook today, I'd probably actually go over his assists. Now you're paying minus 152 on it. Look, yeah, if I had to bet his points, I would go under. If I had to bet his points, I would go under, but I'm not betting anything there. If anything, I like his over assists. Price is crazy though. The 8.5s are crazy. You can get 9s at plus money. Donta, yeah, appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate the like and the retweet. Hold on, I got to do something real quick because if someone's got this 8.5, 123, I have to bet it personally. Absolutely, no questions asked. Okay, hold on. Profit X. Westbrook is in the NBA San Antonio game, or Sacramento. Assists. I'll take that for the rest of the liquidity there. Bro, please work. Boom, 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 boom. Thank you. Oh, now I got to log in. Y'all better not steal that from me. Prop Builder is fine as well. So if I don't get it, I'll get it at Prop Builder. What's good, bro? Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate you tapping in. You said RAs. I'm probably just running the. Let me check the RAs price though. See if it's more widely available. Everyone's 16.5. No, assist is the only thing I want my hands on. All right, cool. I just got over 8.5 minus 0.8. If you can't get no Profit X, there's plenty of liquidity at Profit X right now. Plenty of liquidity at Profit X and Novig. So yeah, just play it at one of those two spots. If you don't have their Prop Builder, also has a very good number. Be Water, my friend. I appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes and appreciate the retweets. I did just add a bet available. Novig, Profit X, Prop Builder. And if you're patient, probably FanDuel. It looks like that number is coming down. Cool. Yeah, and I'll just grab the rest of the liquidity at that price. All right, Russell Westbrook under. Russell Westbrook under. No, Russell Westbrook over 8.5 assists. My apologies. I'm stuttering here. Combat Vet, appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate the like and appreciate the retweet. Is it just me or is this slate harder to bet on? You know, I think it's just a weird week with the rest and with how the slate goes. Couple games on, couple games off. I don't hate it, but I do feel like these 2 to 4 game slates can be harder to find value in, especially when there's nothing else to go on because the sports books just have time to, you know, kind of hone in their NBA skills right now. So no, you're not wrong. Jamal Murray. I do think Denver kind of runs away with this game. 23-2. Wow, 4th time these teams have already played this year. Jamal Murray's over his assists in every single one of those games. He's also over his assists in 7 of his last 10 games. He's over in 6 and 9 without Aaron Gordon this season. Lean over Jamal Murray's assists. I don't want to overextend in this game, but I lean over Jamal Murray's assists. I make that number 7.29, so the edge is decent. It's about 10%. The reason I'm not is I don't want to overextend on this game. I do think there's some pretty decent blowout potential in this one. Keegan Murray, if you listen to Coach speak, it sounds like they want to get him more involved right now. He's rebounded the ball incredibly well. He did only have 5 versus Denver, but he's looked more aggressive all in all since that game. What's my model number here on Keegan? 7.09. I'm showing a fairly solid edge to the rebounds over. I'm showing a solid edge to the points under as well, but with Levine down, Schroeder down, Sabonis down, I think we see increased volume out of Keegan Murray today. I think that sports books think the same way based off his 3-point attempts line. If I bet anything Keegan Murray today, it would be his rebounds. He's rebounded well. Good rebounding team, bad, good. It's hit or miss. A couple of his misses are versus pretty damn good teams. So yeah, I definitely lean over boards here for Keegan Murray. Wins AG supposed to be back. He's still a couple weeks out. Jokic under points. We'll look at it. Double at plus a nickel. My only thought, Chalk, is you better pray for a competitive game. If you can get Keegan to like 32 minutes floor and like 44 minutes ceiling, I love it. I spot him at Keegan Murray. I've got him at 37 minutes. You got to pray this game stays competitive. This is right on the line where I kind of start deducting minutes from starters. Keegan Murray double is interesting. If he plays 37 minutes like my model, I think you got a shot. Is Cam Johnson the 4? Who do I have slotted in there? Yeah, I've got Jokic, Murray, Watson, Johnson, Jones. I don't hate the Keegan Murray double. Yeah, dude, I think it's worth a sprinkle. Chancellor, were you not here the last time I bet on Peyton Watson? Ugh. Peyton Watson leaves a just Peyton Watson, bro. Killed me. Are we talking about unders? Please tell me we talking about his points under or something. Please tell me you're talking about a Peyton Watson points under. Is that what you came in here to say? Because what was it, y'all? I got to go back through my numbers. I remember it was heartbreaking. Let's just look at Peyton Watson's last worst game of the season. And that's when I bet on him. I want to say it was right after the Aaron Gordon injury. I want to say it was right after. It might have been with Aaron Gordon. It might have been when Cam Thompson was down. Cameron Johnson was down. No, I don't think that was the game either, unless it was a boards. I can remember he sold the shit out of us earlier this season, but I can't remember what it was on. And it was the one and only time I bet on him. You know what? I'm starting to think I got cute with a 3-point made, and that was on me. Now that I think back, I might have got cute with a 3s. It sounds like some shit I'd have done. Maybe that was on me. Maybe that one's not on Peyton. That one might be on me. You got to call it like you see it. That one, thinking back, that one might have been on me. Let's talk about my model numbers. Peyton Watson, points. Slight edge over. I'm at 12.94, so nothing really there. Rebounds, again, slight edge over. I'm at 6.04. Assists, I'm at 1.98. So I'm a little over on everything. Maybe a Peyton Watson PRAs is worth a sprinkle. I will say I'm over everything, but the edge is not much over on anything. So those are my thoughts on Peyton Watson. Cam Johnson, I missed him. Mike, the Nets won that trade, absolutely. I don't know why. I guess it was money. I don't know why Denver made that move. Michael Porter Jr. is averaging like 25 points a game. Obviously, it's a different system, and he gets to chuck at will, but Cam Johnson hasn't looked like that this year, and especially from behind the 3. Last 10. Oh, without Aaron Gordon. Okay. Without Aaron Gordon, that shit looks good. Yeah, you can see from here to prior, Buddy couldn't find the basket. I will say without Aaron Gordon, looking a lot better. He still has a dud right here and a dud right here. Volume decent. Did I just talk myself onto a Cam Johnson over threes? I'm at 2-2-1. No, I'm good. I'm cool. I'm chilling. I'm glad I didn't because I felt like I almost just did. But I might talk myself on to Snowplow finally went through. Hey, y'all probably don't give a shit, but here's my little rant for the day. I live in the mountains, and they were calling for a foot of snow. I'm telling, and I was prepared, dog. I bought a whole new shovel. I'm ready. I'm like hyping myself up. I'm gonna shovel this driveway this morning. You know what I mean? Like, bro, we got like. If y'all are from the city, you might think this is a lot, but we got like 2 or 3 inches. Where I live, we just drive over that shit. Like we were expecting this big old blizzard. We got 2 inches of snow. My wife and I were like laughing at it. All right, Cam Johnson points. I do want to talk about his points. Let's go talk about the matchup. It's not a bad Cam Johnson matchup. Yeah, John's from Maryland too. I think you Eastern Shore, a little more south than me, but yeah, bro, they were talking all this shit. We didn't get nothing. I'm up here in the mountains where we actually get shit, and it's. I'm gonna stay off Cam Johnson. I got nothing for you. I'm gonna stay off. I'm not forcing anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not forcing anything today. DeMar, I mean, I think the field goal attempts are through the roof today. I think the volume is going to be there. Let's see. I think he's taking 14 field goal attempts today. In games with 15 plus this season, he's over in 6 of 10, only 19 versus Denver. But I was right, even in that game, I believe, with Zach LaVine. Let's go those games without Zach. Only one, he scored 25. So with Zach, Denver 19, volume 17. I think we get that volume. Get that volume. I really like it. I got a couple requests on Jokic. I will get there. I don't think I'm skipping over Jokic, so I will get there. I like DeMar over his points tonight in the sense that the volume should be there. I'm not taking DeMar over his points tonight in the sense that this could get ugly. So nothing for me on DeMar's points. Lean under DeMar, actually. Lean under DeMar PAs, actually. The more I look into it, like the reason I can't get there is you're going to tell me no LaVine, no Schroeder, no Sabonis. Like, they might not look good individually, but your stacking usage is there. Westbrook will obviously take a big chunk of it. Keegan Murray can as well, but, you know, I think we see Oh, sorry, that's Migs. I wanted Tim's. I really think this is the volume and usage we get out of DeMar tonight. So yeah, I can't bet anything on DeMar. I'm fully off of DeMar. I'm back and forth. Yeah, let's talk about Jokic and then we'll get out of here. Well, at least this game and this late, yeah. All right, Jokic, go to the model. And man, are they beat up on the interior. There's nothing they can do to stop him. 31 points, 12.2 boards, 11.68 assists. You missed the Shaedon Sharpe points. Look, I lean over. I'm at about 24 points. It's over 22.5. I think he's going to chuck today. It was just under what I was looking for in terms of enough value. If for any reason this one were to go against us today, I would run it. I just need a point lower. Just need a point lower for Shaden Sharp. He's a chuck, dude. You know, I can't bring myself to bet on somebody's under that shoots that many attempts. He is coming off the bench. I understand that, but I just can't bring myself to bet it. We had Jokic requests. Honestly, my Jokic lean is PAs over. So for his points and assists, I come in at 31, 32, 42, 43.05. 43.05. However, I've got him at 35 minutes. I don't even know if that's wrong. That's his season average. What did he play in the – well, I think the Kings actually won the last matchup on some, like, wild shit. He had 51 points, or PRAs. He's over in each of the 3 matchups this year, PAs. If I run anything, I got to run Jokic PAs. Like, that's really where my heart's at. Yeah, I'm going to actually run the PA over, minus 115. Let me get this out. I got to bet it, get it out. I'm running the PAs on Jokic. NBA. MGM's the best price. Don't hate the rebounds over there for Jokic either. I'm at 12.29 though, so closer to market. But yeah, let me get that up here in the banner as well. Really like that Jokic PAs look. Probably going to wrap it up for today too. Nikola Jokic over. Man, I hate chat. Let me try. Sorry if I missed this, but what do we think about Jamal Murray? 3s over. Jamal. Now's a good time if y'all got any requests, actually, because I think I'm wrapped up on the slate. Let me go to the model. Jamal Murray, 3s. Model likes the over. I'm at 385. Oh, we get a 2.5. Hold on. John, are you asking about the 2.5 or the 3.5? I really like the volume in the last 2 matchups. 2.5 minus 158. Love it. I think there's a lot of value there. I think you've got a 13% edge at the FanDuel line. Honestly, the 3.5 plus money, I see a lot. Got to be willing to take that risk. You could almost ladder it, or you could just run the 4+ in a lay. John, I love it. Straight or lay piece. I know it's pricey, but I love it. Straight or lay piece. Honestly, I'm thinking in my head, like 3 there, 20 for Kawhi. I didn't run the Kawhi straight. Like there's a lot of things you can add that to. I do like the 3+. Even with the blowout, let's go look at that. Yeah, even with the blowout, I like the 3+ a lot. I think there's some ladder potential there at plus 145 on the 4+. I wouldn't talk you off of it. Getting like plus 200, plus 220. 145. 145. Okay. I still wouldn't talk you off of it. 145 is pretty decent. Let's go look at some historical. This one's a little concerning, but I'm sure the minutes were low. This one's a little concerning, but I'm sure they were focused primarily on him. Yeah, 2.5 is probably where I would keep that, but I do lean over the 2.5 for Jamal Murray, 100%. Price is a little juicy, but I've spoke on this before. If it's minus 160, supposed to be minus 220, you run it. Any other requests? I'm actually going to go back and watch some film. Clippers Houston. I'm going to rewatch this game actually, and I'm not so concerned about. So these two I'm going to rewatch. I watched film on both of these two this morning. So any other requests? Any other questions? NF Herb Jones 3.5 boards might be a sneaky good look. Last one was Valanciunas boards. I think I spoke on. You said you had to leave. I think I spoke on Val, and I was right with market. Oh, yeah, I did because I had to put it into my lineup. So Valanciunas, 8.47 points, 4.36 rebounds. Points, no. Rebounds. I mean, yeah, I lean under. I lean under both. Not enough, though. I lean under both. Not enough, though. Jericho Sims rebounds. And then let me pull this up so I don't forget it. Jericho Sims rebounds. Model projections. Slight lean over. And I slightly lean over his points as well. If you're trying to get down on an over, PRs maybe. Let's just Florida night. He's in the starting lineup. And he's probably closer to that 28-30 number if we're being real. I actually remember speaking on this earlier, Chalk. I'm right in between. I mean, yeah. What's the best price? Yeah. So if you have exchanges, you can lay a 115 right now on the over, and I would consider that a very large edge. Him and Keegan double-double. I'm not mad at that. Throw Derek White in there and retire. I might actually bet this. I'm going to see if this number is real. This number is coming down. I would say that with confidence. Does it get better than it is right now on exchanges? I don't know. Novig is 113. There's only $57 of liquidity at ProfitX. Do I just eat it up? Just take it all? I like Sims rebounds over on exchanges. You got to get down to like 120. You said take his 10 plus. What is his alts? Yeah, you said 285. That's about the best I see in market as well. Rebounds allowed, Boston 12th, so it's not their best defensive spot either. I'm not mad at the Jericho Sims ladder on the boards. I actually lean over the current exchange prices, and let's let a couple more books drop, and you probably see this as an official bet from myself as well. I do lean over there. Let's talk about Herb Jones. I don't want to miss that. I did see where they were not interested in moving him. Yeah, I do lean over. That is for sure. There's 110s available in markets, even money's available in markets. For some reason, my model didn't pull projections. I have to figure out why that is. I lean over. My model's at 5.5, like almost 5.5. So I do lean over here. Yeah, they're 18th in rebounds allowed. There's nothing here that would keep me off of this. So, I lean over. It's not an official bet for me. There's definitely a couple games in there where it looks sketchy, but I don't have anything to keep you off of it. My model would lean over there as well, 100%. Okay, any other requests? I definitely do not have the time or energy to run NFL right now. So let's say NFL stream will be – I did run Bijan over, and I'm probably running Baker Mayfield over for those of you that are here. Is there anything else I looked at? If Mike Evans goes, Emeka Ibuka receptions under, he's under in like 4 straight and 6 or 7 or something like that. Any other thoughts I have? Bucky Irving, anytime Tutter. Anybody in the not going to go through the slate necessarily. We'll come back at like 6:30 do NFL. But yeah, I do have Bijan. I guess I can put it in the banner, but we'll come back and do NFL this evening. That's what I bet last night too. I was thinking my Rivers account looked lower than it was supposed to. That's because I bet this last night at like midnight. Malik Monk over 3s since no Levine and no Schroeder. You're right. I can talk about Monk a little bit more if Schroeder's doubtful. I mean, his minutes are so sporadic, dog. I don't know. I gotta look into Monk before I bet on anything there. I just be honest with you. 1 with a ladder, 2, 3, 4, 5 NBA plays, and then I put Bean on. All right, y'all. We're gonna wrap it up. I'll be back at 6:30 to go over the NFL. Let me give you the recap real quick. I know we got a lot of people that come back and watch the recap. And shout outs to y'all, bro. Shout outs to the people that come back as well. I'm always shouting out to people showing love in the present, but I do appreciate all the likes, retweets, and engagement in the post stream as well. Books are hiding Clifford lines. Yeah, I noticed that. All right, real quick. Let's recap real quick. Kevin Porter Jr. over 2.5 threes. I took that to win a unit. I took over 3.5 threes for a half a unit, and I took over 4.5 threes for 1/3 of a unit. I took Derek White over 3.5 3-pointers made. James Harden under 8.5 assists. Russell Westbrook over 8.5 assists. Nikola Jokic over 39.5 points plus assists. Only one under on the slate. That's wild. In the NFL, I'm on Bijan Robinson over 36.5 receiving yards, although we will do an NFL stream sometime between 6 and 6:30 this evening to go through all my NFL plays. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Best of luck tonight. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. I'll catch y'all tonight. Until then, man, let's go.